family? How are you? What's going down? What's going down? Welcome to Milehightarot. We'll realize. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And also hit the notification button, so then that way you can go ahead and be able to get notified when things have come in. I'm normally pretty much busy doing community work, trying to do other things as well, but I don't utilize YouTube as much for any of my readings, but I do see that there are a lot of good readers here on YouTube, and I really like a lot of them. Later I'll probably give some shout outs, but I really love those people, and nobody better. I'm kind of overprotective of some of those channels too, so it's kind of like sad to hear about some of the things that they've been experiencing and going through. But I was kind of asked to do this reading, and I've been having a lot of technical difficulties with my computer about some things, so save it and things. But it was for Aquarius, and whether you are an Aquarius or you're a cross watcher, or you may have Aquarius in your sun, moon, or rising, you might want to check for that. But you can always come back here, and hopefully if I have something that resonates for you, it will help you along your soul spiritual journey. But if you do not, and you don't have those, and you know somebody that's has those same energies, you can always share those and, you know, try to help them out along their journey. But coming into this reading, because I've done this so many times with the computer, and it is coming into this reading right now, it is the mouse card. And the mouse card is about cheating, loss, things of, whether it be by energy, you know, someone cheating, someone getting something that they thought or felt that was owed to them, killer turn, or sort of a loss. Or I don't like to associate it with death all the time, but it is, and a loss, you know, it could be, or somebody stealing from me. But coming into the reading, that's what it's about. Cheating and or loss and or something that has been taken from you at these crossroads. Humanity is within the crossroads, the book of contracts at this time, because we're all having to self-evaluate of all the things that don't serve us, as well as humanity, in a sense, so that we can start fresh and reevaluate and reinvent ourselves. But we are at crossroads, and I'm using, these are such beautiful detailed cards, I'm using the Afro Goddess Tarot deck, or Oracle deck, excuse me. But it's coming in, and it's talking about a shipment movement and or a move with an authoritative mother, and a mother who has children in this move. And also speaking of a secure woman and or secure older woman and or older man, just people, things that we all believe to be secure in this Aquarian energy. Aquarians, the Aquarian changing of, this is the age of Aquarius, but right now we are in Tauric energy. And this particular reading, like I said, is for Aquarius. But there's an older woman, older man that is feeling secure within their home, and they have some security. Maybe this older woman, older man is dealing with this authoritative mother who has children. But whatever relationship it is in this Aquarianic energy, it is time to take a time out about this spiritual burden that's come about, obviously, because this reading is saying, hey, you need to recognize some things. So it's creating a spiritual burden in this here and now. And look at this card here. Yeah, it's creating a spiritual burden right now. And there is, even though there's some confusion, there's still some work being done, installation and being going on with this, and usually this is kind of like a lawyer card, authoritative type of person, one person who is used to being able to be authoritative at some point. One moment, let me get this. And then, but there's some lies and deceit and betrayal within the relationship, this cheating and loss that is being told, and now that it's being delivered, that it's being delivered about, hey, whatever you're doing in the community of the people, place, or things, and the situations that you're in, networking, meeting up, trying to kick it up, you're cheating. I know something, and I don't know why this is coming in after 15 freaking videos of different things, but I just saw STD. So during this particular networking, in the stopping of something. Now, these videos that I do are timeless, and and I just want to let you know that it could be this week, it could be next week, it could be whenever, but just be aware, Aquarius. Okay, because this is the age of Aquarius, and Aquariuses are very intellectual, and they're free spirits. That doesn't mean sleep with any and never, Tom, Dick, and Harpo, and or marry. Okay? So, but within this networking, it needs to stop. Okay? And be thankful and appreciative of this relationship. Even though the relationship might have come to an end or a standstill, you might have learned some information about the relationship, about this loss. It's about reaping and sowing, and the obstacles that were there within the home, and they were all just they were just all delusions and illusions, because at some point there were cobwebs, there were things that were there from a long time ago, that before the person even got there with this person in a relationship, the patterns were already there. Okay? The patterns were already there for this relationship with one of the divine feminine and or divine masculine. Now, because of women happen to be within a single parent family, live within a divine masculine type of an energy at times, and they're needing to be able to live within that divine masculine and divine feminine, so that they could be able to say, look, I need to stand up for myself and my children and be that authoritative figure, but they still want that love, you know what I mean? But in this commitment that they made in this relationship with this person, it's about reaping and sowing and building the things that you do have, and having those the backbone to speak your truth, okay, in the relationship, and know when you're not happy, versus you creating all this self-sabotaging energy for a person and thinking that a person is she ain't my baby. Cause if she ain't, I'm still gonna be the same. That type of crap. Whether it be man and or female, what have you. But within this, communicating with this person, whether they hear something by the communication of the networking in the neighborhood, through people, through things they might have heard or got from downloads, is what I just got, in their heart, just know that genuinely it's to refresh, it's to regenerate a person. And basically we want to hope and believe that people mean well at some point, and they have a good heart. We don't automatically meet someone and then automatically assume that the fact that this person is not going to be the person that they're going to be. We just think that they're going, we give them the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully that you do, but during this here and now, with all of the things that are working and that are working within in the Aquarianic energy, there's some manipulation going on that was in the past and or is in the past, so forth, as the world turns. Okay, so as this information, once it was relayed, even within an acquainted love in my heart, I stopped. A person can still live with the person and still be stopped in their heart and be like, I'm done with this shit. Okay, period. But that's what I see. But this authoritative mother who does have children is a writer, you know. But in the here and now. But because of this this cheating and this loss out of the relationship that was faced, there's some things that has been revealed, and it looks like maybe the children, something has to do with children that has been revealed, whether it be someone that you might have known from a long time ago, that you knew from back in the day since you were a child, and or someone's child, and or maybe someone in a rebirthing stage of saying, you got a baby, revealed. But children have no filter, so they're going to say whatever it is that they say, and sometimes people just don't pay attention to their children, and or they pay attention more to their children and not listening to the fact of saying maybe their child could be lying, and not really listening for the truth, and just thinking that's always, excuse me. But this navigation that's going on right now is some keyed information when it comes to this children. Okay, but the things that are being delivered and found out and revealed by way of that, even though one might be hopeful, things became at a standstill also within the relationship. There's a lucky goddess. There's other fish in the sea, so to speak, in the community. Okay? But because of this cheating and loss and separation of things, and or stopping of or feeling unacquainted love for someone, or stopping a relationship, whether it be leaving or breaking up, divorce, this is like the contracts of make it or break it. The ancestors are in this tower moment at this time, whether it be within humanity, where they're here, the ancestor is here, God is here, whatever it is that you believe to be the nature of God to be is here now. Okay, and they see all this spiritual burden, so they're actually not hiding, forgive me, I guess you would be if you don't really know about the spiritual realms, but they're working behind the scenes in the secret garden, trying to work behind the scenes to help this situation of the people, place, or things that become an obstacle, and that have become an obstacle, and within our homes, whether they be cobwebs, diversions, things of such. But there's about taking baby steps at this crossroads, and even though we might have faced some loss in this, there's some Aquarian kind of energy that's because of this loss and theft and cheating and such, there's someone having to move. And because of that, there's some secret knowledge and knowing within their heart. There's been some gossiping, some chattering, some networking that's been going on behind the scenes, and that's been delivered in this by way of a child, and that there's things that need to be cut away from those obstacles, from the reaping and sowing. And now that because of the lies and deceit and betrayal have been revealed, those things need to be cut out from this relationship, and or from my commitment, and or be out of he or she's life. There's a divine masculine that has been in a lot of arguments here with someone, and have created a lot of also self-sabotaging energy within relationships with himself, but he also created a self-sabotaging energy within himself within this relationship with this person, and it caused this tower moment. The ancestors see it. There's a loyal goddess and or divine feminine intuitive that is close to him, that he networks with, and recognize that he or she and or is a star within each other's lives. There's a little bit of cloudy and confusion about it. But because of the situation, it's about taking baby steps and having that little slow manipulation of the potentiality of saying, could this be a person? Like I said before, is you is or is you ain't my baby. But you want to be able to put that out and put your best foot forward to find out if in fact that that's someone you want to be with for a while. We all know that right now it's kind of like hunter-gatherer shit. Can you do this? Can you do that? If some shit pop off during the quarantine, can you go hunt? Can you fish? Can you go do what the hell ever? Can you go buy some fucking tissue? I don't know where the fuck that shit came from, you panicky motherfuckers. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, the next thing here but realize that the fact of saying maybe you might be able to get a download, you might be able to hear this inclination within a dream, that the fact that this person is the person you need to be with. But however, somebody's been paying attention, and they've been paying attention to the kids, and the kids been running their damn mouth about some stuff. And so the things that became potentiality or resourceful, or they thought the things that were resourceful became more of a gift, in a sense, to be able to help them to recognize and raise their consciousness to not continue to be a fool through this tower moment. And the ancestors been given this information, but it was just like listening with your spiritual ears as well. But this divine masculine, he was facing a lot of deceit and lies, betrayal. It mirrored him, mirrored his life, and we basically can see that as some sort. But there is a tower moment that he had with this divine feminine at some point, a tower moment. And even though that one of them might be a little older than the other, and or what have you, they're both stars and they both have gifts, and their confusion comes from the deception that was within either or of the energies. And it some of the energy does come behind the energies of confusion behind children, and or the patterns that we keep as children, as well as though we carry it over into the mates that we might want in our lives. But they need to recognize those things. So but it's just a lot of things that communication, a lot of communication, Ashe, that's been going on. But it's just, is it mature or is it immature? But they're can still continuing to look as like a limbo type of thing, because they're still researching and looking with their internal spiritual, with their spiritual eyes, to see and recognize or realize that to have X-ray vision, and this is the Oracle of E with Colette Barron, the X-ray vision, and be solar powered and see the gifts and the things that you do appreciate, that whether they're good or bad, to receive the information, to know and have the heads up of what's going down. So then that way you don't suffer as bad and through feeling like, oh, this is me. No, motherfucker, that was you. Okay? That was you. That wasn't me. That was all you. Sometimes when people leave relationships, they're like, you know what? I want to, and cop out like, oh, simp. And they be like, oh, well, it's not me. It's not you. It's me. Yeah, you right. Shit. But looking through the solar powered within, so that you might be able to find out how you feel about the people, place, or thing. But you'll always continue to be looking over your shoulder with this person, with these children, and there are people out there, other fish in the sea, with this loyal thing that you're looking for, and they're talking about bringing. Shoot. But right now you talking smack, Aquarius, because of this, and it's perfectly understandable. But you have to know that everything that you speak is gravitating right back towards you. And anybody that deals with that and or deals with an Aquarius knows that as so you speak it, so it becomes a thorn within your heart and it gravitates right back towards you. Okay? So just know all the lies and deceit that have been told. Recognize the shit that you done said. And recognize also that it's a free fall and that either you're going to say fuck it or forgive the shit and to receive your gifts. And realizing that reaping and sowing is everything about everything is always beautiful regardless of how you reap and sow a harvest. As so you speak it, regardless of what you're talking about, it will never go back void. Come back void to you ever. Okay? So when you're delivering things and you're talking to people and you're living your life a certain way and you expecting someone to be about a certain people, place, or thing and they don't, and you be bashing yourself thinking, oh, it's me. No, it ain't them. It ain't you. It's them. Because it was always in them to do and be about something that was never in them to do about in the first damn place, and ain't nobody ever checked them. It's just that the fact that you finally said something and now they got a problem. Okay? So now, realizing that reaping and sowing is for real and that everything is beautiful regardless, you still have breath, and that regardless of those ill feelings, recognize, address them, analyze them, accept the parts that you have played in them, and forgive the people, place, or thing, and move on. Okay? And open up your gifts. Okay, now, if you're new to my channel, I do smoke. This is the Mile High 5280. Okay? But in order to receive any of these things, you got to be able to open your presence. Okay? In order to do that, but right now, because of all this socializing and gossiping and all this shit that you've been talking smack about it, Aquarius, it's an entanglement in the first damn place, and you making it even more worse by continuing to mess around with this old bunny hop jive bullshit with these kids, because that woman is always going to, or parent is going to protect their kids, okay? And right now, because of all this manipulation and or that you have been doing and or that she has been doing and or whatever has been going on in the freaking relationship, it's a sticky situation. It's a sticky wicky icky. Sticky icky icky wicked. Sticky icky icky wicked. Okay? But right now, this authoritative mother is in a nasty knot. And she's going to continue to always look over her shoulder, whether it's because of any other baby daddies or parenting or family. But she has head games going on, and she's navigated to do that. And she likes to play head games. Maybe she could be in her early 30s, late 30s. Maybe around 36, 37, I don't know, 38, I'm not sure. I just know she's, within that, could be within those range in the late 30s, or maybe both of you. I don't know, Aquarius. But delivering in this rebirthing stage, because we're all at this crossroads, you definitely need to be all in. And recognize that there is other fish in the sea, and that recognize with real lies that everything that glitters is not gold. Hell. Okay? You're the waterberry. Don't sit up there and be acting up. Tell me I'm bored. You emotional motherfucker. Okay? Don't be that. You so intellectual. You too smart for your own fucking good. Get the fuck out of here with that. Okay, so going on, moving on. Okay, so with this magic carpet that you want to fly out on because of all of this during this particular time is this number 42, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you want to be, there's lots of people during this particular time that, hey, I want to get my groove on. I want to be able to do some stuff. I want to be able to get out, get busy. I understand. But because of this quarantine going on, we got the creator and the ancestors and everybody's there. They're behind us. They're waiting. It's just that call upon them. Ask them to do stuff. Manifest, but also be careful of what you practice. Practice what you preach. Everything right now within this Aquarius reading is saying that it's a wrecking ball, but you need to recognize all those things that you do appreciate within the relationship, and whether it be by a place to live, a place to stay. I appreciate you cooking. I appreciate you whatever. But it's about taking baby steps, Aquarius. Taking baby steps and taking a time out at this loss and or cheating and or not working, and self-reinventing yourselves and recognizing and saying, sunshine of lollipops, baby. Always, even regardless of the secrets that are known within, because everybody has some diversions and some things in their heart that they have kept. Okay. I have some tauric energy here giving me that extra balance, because I have not been cool for the last 45 minutes. I've been kind of razzle dazzle. Okay. But in the end, like I said, even though you got this Owie Aquarius, there behind these secrets and everything, there's some things that you're supposed to cut out and, reaping and sowing. And there's some karmic energy that you need to get rid of. But it's about right there, here, in the here and now, and therefore in the future, because these are timeless. And recognizing, abracadabra, baby, let me know. I know it's time for me to go. If you haven't already done that and saying, I got to go, hasta la vista, baby, which is 52-7, and they might have even tried to go out and find someone else, but they did get in touch with this divine feminine that was right kind of close to them, that they might have felt was a little bit closer to them, called them on the hotline, and they want to try to rekindle something and start from scratch. And it's kind of like, since all of the things that have been told about the relationship, and saying, man, just know, regardless of what I've been doing and what's been going on through these lies and deceit and betrayal, there's some cloud and confusion that have been going on. But it's kind of like, I'm still the man. And can you holler at me? Let's try it and let's go bazing. Yes, we can. I'm going to come knocking at that door. Somebody's knocking at my door. Somebody's ringing my bell. Okay. Psst. Hey, you, let me in. I'm trying to take a leap in love, okay? But he's looking through this silver lining as well. Well, the divine feminine herself is looking through the silver lining of this, something that was hopeful for her, that she might have thought that was cool in a long time ago, and looking through this silver lining and this tower moment with this divine feminine, this divine masculine, and sending a message in a bottle about some shit. But it's like, yeah, this motherfucker's living large, regardless of the fact I still like this fool. Okay, that's how it is. That's how it's gonna be. But there's some things that or this relationship needs to be picked up behind. So in the end, with this last deck is Ashe. With the end of this last deck is the Wisdom Oracle deck. And coming in is about the land of milk and honey. And even though it's about the land of milk and honey, and you thought that the things were good, and they might have fucked up your money, or your cheese, your motherfucking relationship, your job, your whatever, and it might have hurt you to your heart, you still need to be able to find that soul tribe that you do have, so that at this crossroads, so that we could be able to network and find out who we all are. I know who mine is. I just haven't really. It's a couple, 2 or 3 more on YouTube that I have not, and I know for a fact that they are, whether they tune into me or not. But it's about creating serendipity for everything and for all. But this Aquarius reading for Aquarius, whomever they're dealing with this authoritative mother and or baby mom, they still create serendipity with this person because of the children and or just maybe unacquainted love. But there's a older woman, older man that's in a position that's saying, bring that shit, motherfucking, okay? And there's no place like home. I promise you, come this way. This is home. I promise you. and always come back home, and or it could be a son and or mother and or grandma and or a family member saying, hey, son and daughter, I know you can always still come back home. And I've also done a poem before called Right Now. Always check that out also as well on my channel for YouTube, saying that in the end that family members, even though they're out and they could be homeless and or in the street, please, no matter what your situation is, please just come back home. You know, a lot of people don't come back home because they just feel so ashamed and they think that their family members won't, when their family members is like, hell yeah, I've been looking for you forever. Okay. But the ancestors, and because of everything that's going on, you know, everybody's health is being affected, and everybody's being, you know, the Aquarius energy, because of this situation and because of this spiritual burden, it's such a burden that you've been talking smack, and it's time to take a nap from that shit. Stop talking about it, Aquarius. Okay? Stop talking about the shit. Stop thinking everything that you think as will come and gravitate back towards you. So truth be told, so just know that everything you do and say comes back to you. Everything that you say will never come back void. It's about fate. Nothing happens by chance. And it's about to be able to build that mountain and that structure for yourself so that you can be able to reach your own higher power, so that you can be able to reach your gifts. And that's what it's asking. To do what? Forgive and forget. Whatever. About those things that you thought that were lucky. Why? To open your gifts. So that, and realizing it's about reaping and sowing, and realizing that everything is beautiful, and it's about regeneration through this mountain, through the obstacles, through the diversions, opening up your presence through the ill feelings and the ill things that you have felt, to create peace within and create that and start to untangle those things that have become entangled within our lives. Okay, so that we can have regeneration for ourselves, for the next generation, for our children, to create peace on earth, and be able to exchange some of the life experiences that we've been able to experience with others. And especially since you're the water barrier, Aquarius, you should be able to be doing some of that. Okay, so it's about getting out of this sicky situation and recognizing all that unequated love is just unsympathized love that you need to recognize and address that shit. Just don't be sitting and say, yeah, I do. I like him, or I like her, or I like me, or I love me, or what the fuck ever. Get the fuck over yourself and or the people, place, or things, and get on the edge. Come to the edge and utilize that mustard seed and stop playing them fucking head games, and know and reveal that you heard it. Psst. Hey, you heard some shit. You really heard that shit. And now in the here and now, that be all in, be still happy within, still be hopeful and anchored in this rebirthing, delivering stage that you're starting to reinvent yourself. It's a time to start fresh and realize that in the neighborhood is everything good in my neighborhood. In my neighborhood, it's the jackpot. There's a motherfucking goddess that's out there for you. So that's what makes me no issue with, like, I'm out. Okay, so he's imagining, and or maybe Aquarius, if this is you living in the divine masculine energy, you need to imagine the goddess that you are. It's moving right along. So, with jumping on this magic carpet through this tower situation, whether a person is in jail and or going to jail, and or is a authoritative figure, and or maybe they just a bossy motherfucker. I'm bossy. jumping on the magic carpet here and saying that just realize that you're still blessed and that the creator still abides within, and it's time to go. It's the creator is in the garden, the secret garden, and sees all, and this wrecking ball sees this wrecking ball within this home, and there's an obstacle, and it's about regeneration and creating peace within so that people can breathe. Taking these baby steps, Aquarius, at this crossroads, at this never-ending story, because it's about potentiality and taking a leap in love in all aspects. But we're all here to take a time out through all this loss and separation of things, of the people, place, or things, and taking a time out and co-creating, whether it be with others that are of like mind or people that might want to take a chance and leaping in on love, or someone taking a new chance on starting a business or a job, but and realizing that there's sunshine and lollipops through some shit in life if you just have a secret knowledge and knowing about things within your heart to know to exchange those gifts and or knowledge with others to create poise for yourself. Even though you got this owie, you want to make sure that even though if you stayed in this relationship, it'll go around and round with this person, rebirthing over and over and over, and you have to cut those things out that don't serve you, because all that glitters is not gold. And even though now you've gotten information through the even though you got that and tried to go by the book now, you got to go by the book now. And so this divine masculine energy is feeling like, I'm out, motherfucker. Hasta la vista, baby. And because I've been thinking about that shit, and I've been tired of that self-sabotaging energy, and we've been arguing and shit. That's some bullshit. I got this divine feminine shit. I called on the hotline, and there's a deep knowing about this motherfucker. She knows what's up. All right, but this goddess here of the people, loyal, people, place, thing, yeah, they could be, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker. I can be a dog, but I'm not. I'm loyal and shit. And we gonna start from scratch. Look, we gonna start from scratch. 6. Okay, so right now I'm observing and or people, place, or thing, older woman, older man, and or alternative person, and looking and manifesting through the stars that the fact that we're gonna start from scratch. And when we do, and the lights will shine down on that, bazing, motherfucker. Okay, well, knock, knock, who's there? I recognize the people, place, or thing that I've been dealing with, and I also had some downloads and some intuitions and some things going on, and I'm trying to talk to you, and I want to clean it up. Okay, I recognize those things. So hey you, I'm trying to chop some wood. Some kids reveal some shit. I'm still trying to take a leap in love. And I see the potentiality in the gifts. And start a new life. What's up? I see the silver lining in the situation. He or she and or both. Through this tower moment that was hopeful and at or standstill. And now we both got a message in the bottle, baby. Okay, so all those things that became of burden and or that we thought that were a trouble, that was behind lies and deceit and betrayal, and now even though that they have been revealed, be grateful for the things and live large. Be grateful for those things. Some people may be glad and be like, I'm glad I found that shit out now, or be glad that you will find this shit out before anything happens. Okay. But it's about mending in this particular relationship and still having that unacquainted, unfinished love. You don't want to leave relationships all jacked up and stuff, because you still have friends with the people. But when you're communicating, whether it be text message, email, mail, court issues, whatever the fuck, try to be flexible. Be flexible in it, and or you might have a flexible issue and you need to be flexible, but continue to know that it's always going to be, you have to pick up after yourself. Don't be continue to point the finger at other people if you're not going to continue to do the self-shadow work for yourself and not blame yourself too, because you have to be able to accept the parts that you've played in it. Excuse me. Let me get my notes down. So, go the distance. Okay? Go the distance throughout the relationship and continue to know that in any relationship it takes work. But it's double clean it up and chop it up on all of it, this whole row. So it's about cleaning it up, chopping out things that don't serve you. Okay? And that is the reading for the Book of Contracts at the Crossroads for Aquarius. And if you are a cross watcher, hopefully it helped your ass. I don't know. But for the next person, if you are trying to, find out a little bit more into detail of what's going on in your life for Aquarius, then check your sun, moon, and rising and so forth. And I hope that, it resonated for you. If it doesn't, then don't try to make it fit if it doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't force it. Just relax and let it go. Okay? If it does resonate for you for someone else, then go ahead and send it to them. Maybe they can like, share, and subscribe, and become a subscriber to the channel. We can help build that, whatever. But you can hit me also at Milehightarot at gmail.com. Okay? But until then, until the next reading and or the next time we meet, fam, love you all. Blessings and love and light. And realize the next time when you're having proper discernment of spirit. Ashe.